Hi. Tony Gonsolin is a beast with pictures of cats on his cleats, and I apologize for the unintentional rhyme. The Rams Jalen Ramsey has shoulder surgery. Surprise. And UCLA has landed its quarterback of the future. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is Faithful Angelenos. It is June 22nd, 2022. I am in the Omaha airport and I am hating every moment of this. I tried to record it earlier. I was in the cafeteria. Sounded like I was in the middle of a freaking hockey rink. But we're still going to talk LA sports. I want to thank the new subscribers who joined in. If you like the content we've been putting out about LA sports for the last 4 months, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. We try to put out new videos every day. It'll let you know it's there. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And yes, comment. Because if I were perfect, what the hell would I be doing in Nebraska? So we got a lot to get to. We're going to start off with the scoreboard. Starting off with the Dodgers. Tony Gonsolin improves to 9-0. Freddie Freeman drives in 5 runs. Dodgers get off the schneid. They score 8. Cincinnati scores 2. Very impressive, I must say. Meanwhile, in the U.S. Open Cup in soccer, massive upset. Sacramento Republic 2, Galaxy 1. A USL team has defeated a 5-time MLS Cup champion. Now, I did a rapid recap on the match last night, and you might have noticed if you watched that my voice was really quiet. There's a reason for that. If you lose your composure in an airport, that's where I was, you could go to federal prison. And I am not going to spend the rest of my days sitting next to the people who invaded the Capitol on January 6th over a soccer game. Not happening. I don't want to meet with the guy with the horns and the face paint. I don't care. So no, but I will tell you this. I understand the frustration of Galaxy fans because I am one. I am definitely tired of their act. I don't blame you guys for booing them off the pitch last night. The message has to get through. Meanwhile, in the WNBA, the Sparks defeated Washington 84-82. And by the way, tonight, the Dodgers will play the Reds again. That game's at 6:40. It's Tyler Anderson. He's 8-0. Luis Castillo, 2-4. Now we're going to start off with Laker notes. Not because they're earth-shattering notes, but because there's a lot of them. They have to rebuild their team very quickly at the end of the year. Kendrick Nunn has opted into the final year of his contract. Now, he missed all of last year with a bone bruise on his right knee. He'll be 27 this year. The contract's for like about $5 million a year. He called taking the option a no-brainer. Getting paid $5 million to just swipe on Tinder all day? I agree, you don't need brains to make that call. I totally get it. Meanwhile, Jordan Ott has been hired as an assistant coach. He comes over from the Brooklyn Nets. He has history with current head coach Darvin Ham. Ham was an assistant with the Atlanta Hawks. Ott was the video coordinator for the team. Now, the press, they're calling this signing significant. But how? How is it significant? What is this guy going to do? Is he going to use CGI to make Russell Westbrook's shots look reasonable? I mean, what are we talking about? I want to give you guys a quick lesson as a former journalist as to why all of these internet rumors about NBA trades are crap, okay? You shouldn't pay attention to them. Take this one that we were talking about a couple of days ago, and I told you it wasn't going to go anywhere. Oh, Kyrie Irving could be available, and the Lakers might be interested. Ooh. Well, here's how the phone call went down. Hi, this is Rob Pelinka of the Lakers. I'd like to speak to the Brooklyn general manager. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we're interested in Kyrie Irving. Really? Yeah, we're interested in Anthony Davis. Click, click. That's why those trades never go down. Okay? Peter Vesti, that sleazeball from Gannett News Service, he parlayed a regular columnist gig into a TV gig for the NBA on NBC. The man never broke news. All he did was talk about trades that never happened. What's the point? Why do you get paid for telling us things that don't happen? Right? I mean, ESPN is doing the same thing to an extent. They're reporting that sending Russell Westbrook and Taylor Horton Tucker to Indiana for Malcolm Brogdon went nowhere. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. But unfortunately, I have to report on another trade rumor. There may be a little bit to this, okay? Don't get your hopes up. The idea of Russell Westbrook going to Charlotte. I'm not sure I buy it. But if you consider Charlotte's motivation, that's why we're talking about it. See, eventually the Hornets have to pay LaMelo Ball, which means they need room under the salary cap. And they have a surprisingly expensive roster. You see, you got your Gordon Haywards, you got Terry Rozier's. Their contracts, pretty big money, and they last longer than Russell Westbrook. So the idea is maybe you trade them both. You trade Hayward, you trade Rozier. Maybe you trade both Hayward and Rozier to the Lakers. You get Russell Westbrook's expiring contract. Now you have money to pay LaMelo Ball when Westbrook leaves. Do I believe that there's smoke and fire there? No. Could there be like a little glowing ember underneath of a log? Possibly. Rams cornerback Jalen Ramsey had surgery to repair an AC joint. And we believe it was his left AC joint because there was a picture on social media with his left arm in a sling. Both AC joints were hurt last year. He originally opted against surgery, but the healing wasn't coming on enough, and people were saying, hey, you know, you could still have one and be ready in time for training camp. So he opted for that. Now, as the football season comes closer, keep an eye on Rams inside linebacker Ernest Jones. Multiple media pundits are touting him as a breakout season candidate. Now, he only started games for the Rams since week 8 of last year. And then he got injured, missed a couple games, came back for the NFC title game in the Super Bowl. Here's the deal. He makes an impact play. It could be a sack, a quarterback pressure, a tackle for loss, etc. once per every 21 snaps. Now you might be saying, James, that's really doesn't sound like that big of a deal. Au contraire. For all the linebackers who played 400 snaps or more, Ernest Jones ranks 14th. He makes an impact. Meanwhile, over at UCLA, their class of 2023 has landed a pretty good recruit. Quarterback Luke Duncan is verbally committed. That gives the Bruins 5 commitments for 2023, 3 of them on offense. Duncan is a 3-star recruit, the 7th best quarterback in California, supposedly. Last year, he threw for 2,949 yards and 30 touchdowns for Miramonte. Now, here's the kickers. First of all, he wasn't the Bruins' first choice. They lost out on the others, so they gave the commitment to him. The other thing is he's a pocket passer, which doesn't really translate that well in a spread offense. So they're going to have to make adjustments along the way. But still, the idea is good. With Duncan, the Bruins class bumps up to 51st in the nation and 5th in the Pac-12. So it's not a bad idea at all. Meanwhile, speaking of recruits, over at USC, 5-star quarterback recruit Malachi Nelson, he's still playing for Los Alamitos, right? He also signed an NIL contract. Yeah, it's legal. If you're in California, you can sign an NIL contract while you're in high school. He's going to make money with his own autograph, which is hilarious because he hasn't even gone to prom yet. Grown-ass men are going to ask him to pay good money for a teenager's autograph. And I'm here to tell you, Nelson, Mr. Nelson, shouldn't take my advice always, but if you should sign every photograph, pimp him. Because that's what you are. If you're a 17-year-old and grown-ass men are paying big bucks for your autograph, you are pimping. There's no other way around it. And what do you say we circle back to the Dodgers? Relief pitcher Caleb Ferguson is going to the injured list. He has left forearm tendonitis. As a result, there led to a couple of other minor moves for the Dodgers Walker Buehler, the starting pitcher, he's gone to the 60-day injured list now. And those two moves allow for Trace Thompson, the outfielder, to join the big club. Whereas we spoke about yesterday, he can't hit. So, you tell me what you think. If you enjoyed today's broadcast, don't forget to like and subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We are trying to build something here for LA Sports. Thank you very much for watching. I'm James. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Have a good day.